Good evening, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening update, our Bitcoin evening wrap. Actually, that's the one. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we will go straight over to the charts. So it is pretty much going to be a quick video today. We discussed what was going on this morning, that we're in the pennant, that we're waiting for a breakout, break up or break down. We were probably going to wait for direction from the stock markets when the futures open, when the CME is open. And that is well, that's basically what we're waiting for now. So nothing has really changed from this morning. You can kind of see we got rejected from the top of the pennant. We've just come down slightly. I mean, we're just floating down, waiting obviously. Waiting for the breakout really. So we're obviously even more mature in the formation than we were. We're not right at the top of the pennant anymore, which I mean is obviously not as bullish, but then the top of the pennant is coming down. So yeah, that's obviously helping us stay closer to the top of it. But yeah, anyway, all I'm really saying is we're just waiting for a breakout of this formation. It is possible that we could just drift sideways and fizzle out of it. That's definitely possible. And we could even then potentially have a sort of ascending triangle, could be the pattern that we're actually in, and we've just misidentified this at the moment. But yeah, if we drift sideways, that is what I will be looking for. Obviously this run up here did poke up a bit higher, but I would just be classing this flat top, this top area here, and just see how we interact with that level and see how we interact with this trend line. So really not much else to say. We will have a look at the stochastics just to have a look, but realistically we're just drifting, we are just floating. Price action is just floating at the moment, so these are gonna you can all see they're pretty indecisive really. They're all, like, literally all of them. They're all just basically waiting for Bitcoin to tell them what they need to do, where they need to go. So yeah, like I said, generally speaking, the market is bullish. We're in an uptrend. Stock market, weekend Wall Street is flat to up. It's up a little bit, but and the main thing I would take from that is that it's not down. I know Trump was talking about some stimulus stuff again, vaguely. I haven't really been keeping that much up to date with the political cycle in the US at the moment. And by up to date, I just mean over the last couple of days, just because I've had a bit of a busy weekend. But yeah, I mean, you guys can pretty much see we're in an uptrend as of all the way down here. A pretty strong uptrend. Consolidated, broke it back up again. We are consolidating again at the highs in what looks like a bull flag. So you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the bulls. It's gonna take a big effort from the bears to slam us down from here, and I don't think that would happen without one or two things happening. The dollar having a nice little rally up from where it is now. We are at a support level, but we have tested this support level once. Well, if you want to count that, but we won't count that. We've tested it in this recent history once here, twice here, and back down at it again. So are you going to get given 3 chances to buy the low in the dollar? You don't often get given 3 chances to buy the low in anything. So that, by implication, suggests that we have lower to go. And wait, sorry, this is the Bitcoin dominance. I'm just looking at it and thinking, this is not the dollar, this is not the right numbers. Right, sorry, this is the Bitcoin dominance. So, okay, again, the same TA applies. It didn't matter what the numbers were or what the asset was or anything. I was just looking at the chart. The same TA applies. You don't necessarily get 3 chances to buy the low. Obviously, this is the Bitcoin dominance, so it's not technically something that you would necessarily buy this exact number of. But yeah, so my point being that this looks like it's going to come down. So that's great for the altcoins, so which is nothing to do with what I'm talking about when it comes to Bitcoin. Yeah, here is our dollar index chart. So you can see here, this would be the second chance that we bounced off the low. So we have had a little bit of a retrace, as you can see. It's nothing substantial really in the context of the move. But again, the same TA does apply. If we do come back down, that will be the 3rd time we come down here, and we'd expect that way to give and in which case the only next real level of significance is I won't go all the way back to show you, but it is basically this $88 level. So that is a lot of a lot of room to run. I don't necessarily expect us to go straight down there, but I mean we could, but I just expect us to play out that just normal bearish price action. But what that would do, that would send Bitcoin to the moon. And conversely, what I am wanting to point out was this TD9 here, which is the third daily TD9. So 1, 2, 3. It's obviously got a better than the first or second chance of pumping the price now. And you can see we have reacted off it. We have moved up a bit. These are realistic targets. I mean, the first one we literally have pretty much met. As you can see, we did have a 4-hour TD sequential buy trade on here from this 4-hour 9, which was a trade to buy at the break above this candle here, this 9 candle, and this was our target, which we literally drew the arrow for. And as you can see, we've pretty much made that target, so that's a great trade. But yeah, but second targets are obviously up here in the mid to high 94s, and that would give us some weakness. What that also would give us weakness in the stock market as well. It'll give us weakness in stocks. The actual strengthening dollar will. But you can see stocks are, this is the Nasdaq. We're pretty much trading in this channel that we've had for a while. Let me just zoom it out so you can see it better. You can see we're just trading in this channel, and no real reason to expect us to fall out of the channel or break above. I mean, we're staying in it for a long time. I'm sure we can stay in it for a bit longer. But yeah, if we do fall out of this channel, obviously big move down in stocks. That will coincide. It'll be a chicken and egg scenario. The falling stocks will be driving the dollar up, or the dollar going up will be driving the falling stocks. But who knows which one causes which. But yeah, anyway, this just brings me to my second point. A fall in stocks could drag Bitcoin down, but if neither of those things happen, there is no real reason to expect Bitcoin to do anything other than just go up and start playing out in this range and testing this resistance here. So that is it. There was one other thing I just wanted to briefly talk about it on a quite unrelated, but not that unrelated. Basically, it's about gold. Obviously, gold's not fully unrelated to Bitcoin. I mean, we always try and compare and fight, don't we, with our little tribes, our gold tribe, our gold bug tribe, and our crypto tribe. Which is the best or value? Which is better? Which is do you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, the thing with gold is that they're talking about this asteroid, and I have actually done a video where I talked about this asteroid before, and this asteroid has got however many quintillion or something stupid dollars worth of gold, and they're talking about obviously what would that do to gold if they basically went out and mined the gold on that asteroid and brought it back to Earth. Right, it's a bit see, in my mind, right, this is what I immediately think, and I don't really understand why I've not really seen anybody talk about it or anyone just address the fact that it's very expensive to go and mine asteroids. Yeah, it'll be very expensive. Not to mention, and this is another side point, not to mention, it's very expensive to simply mine under the oceans, under the seas and oceans on this planet here right now, to the point that it just doesn't get really done because it's too difficult and too expensive to do. So that brings me to the point of how expensive it would be and how much of an undertaking it would be to go and get that gold. And there's a chain of thought going on here, guys. That's not simply what I wanted to say. So if you then plan on going to get that gold, you've got a feasible strategy. You've spent all your billions and billions on the tech and everything to get there, and everything to get the gold, mine the gold, and then bring it back to Earth. Happy days. What happens to the price of gold then? So when you have literally spent all those billions, basically enabling you to go and get that gold, and then once you've done that and you then become able to go and get that gold, instantly the gold price collapses. And the only way the gold price would then go back up again would be if you then just decide to abandon your mission and then not go, because obviously then they won't have that supply and come to the market. So my point is that the whole fallacy of this gold asteroid is that it is expensive to do. It is a massive undertaking, and if you were to spend or invest the money to go and do it and actually go and bring that gold down and were actually successful in the creation of your ability to do it, what then happens to the gold price when you all of a sudden have this new supply that will come onto the market? It's going to collapse, and then it makes it unviable for you to do it anyway. So it's kind of a paradox, really. And I've not actually heard anybody discuss this paradox to do with this this asteroid with loads of gold, and the talk to try and get it and what that will do to the gold price, because it won't do anything to the gold price because you can't go and get it, because if you went to go and get it, it wouldn't be viable. It wouldn't be economically viable going to get it. Do you understand the paradox? So that is it. Just something to wrap your brains around. A mental Chinese finger trap there for you guys. The more you try and go and get that gold, the more pointless it is going to get that gold. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. And also, there's one last thing. There's definitely no asteroids out there full of Bitcoin. Just FYI. But anyway, so yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Remember, it's not financial advice. It's not mining advice either. So yeah, so thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you guys in the morning.